Hey guys, what's cracking? I need a 5 for 5 and we will roll on through it all. That's right, I said it. We're going to go on through it all. Oh my goodness. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody is doing good. I've been making some changes to the setup here a little bit. I used to do this before when I was over on the lifeboat, but yeah, so when somebody comments, I can now do stuff like that. So hopefully that's working. I don't know if it is or not. We'll see. Let's check it. Let's check and see. Yep, it's working. It should be anyway. You guys see that comment from George? Hey Mark, good to see you, bud. Good to see you. Yep, there it went. Alright. Sweet. That's what I wanted to see. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to keep that one on the top, and I can't. For whatever reason, it's not letting me just pin it. But I'll work on that later. But anyway, guys. So, yeah, we're 5 for 5. How's the sound and everything, guys? I know this is kind of a strange time for me to be going. I usually don't go right now. I know you guys know that already. We're going to talk about that here in a few minutes too. I'm going to be changing the schedule times when I'm going to be streaming. It will most likely end up being between 7 and 9 every day. That's what I'm going to shoot for. I'm going to try to start putting that into place on this coming Monday. Thank you, Carrington. Hey, good to see you, bud. Good to see you, man. Hey, if you guys don't know Carrington 2024, you guys need to get over and check out the Carrington app. It's a great app. You guys just need to go over and check that out on your app stores. He's done a really good job with that. It gives you all the good information right at the top. I mean, it's there. So it's well put together. It looks nice. It's easy to understand. So I really do like it. I enjoy the app. So, but yeah. Okay. So, what we're going to do is I am going to just jump into the update here, guys. I know I haven't did a live stream in a couple days, and there's reasons for that. I'm not going to go into detail or anything, but I have an ulcer underneath my tongue. Actually, 2 of them. And the doctor didn't want me to be talking too much. So that's why I kind of took a break. And I did a live stream with the members, was it 2 days ago? And also, guys, I am going to be doing a giveaway. I got some really cool cards. It's all space related. My wife did an awesome job. She found a lot of that stuff. So I am going to be giving those away here in this, as we move forward. And yeah, so yeah, Ripper, I see you, buddy. I love you, man. Alright, guys, so we're going to just jump into this. And this is how it's going to go from now on, guys. I'm going to do the space weather right at the beginning. And if we want to hang out and do stuff like that afterwards, we can. But I am going to just basically, I've instructed everybody to please, like, if you hear me squirreling a bunch, or even just a little, I want the whole chat to line up with just a bunch of orange Wages World, okay? Just tag me. I don't care what you say in the comment. Tag it. Everybody tag me just to get me back on track. I've struggled with this a long time now. I've done, and I get better sometimes, and sometimes I'm worse. So I'm just going to try to stay focused, and I'm going to, recruit you guys to help me with that if you could. My mods also, there's a few of my mods that have my number and everything, so I got my notifications turned on for that also. The rest of my notifications, they're turned off because I can't do that while I'm streaming. So let me just jump into it here, guys. And I would say this too. I did not like taking a couple days and not really doing a live stream. I hate it. I hate doing that because it throws the groove out. It just throws everything away. It's like you got to start new, and it sucks. It sucks on my end. It sucks on your guys' end. I get it. So I am going to try to, next Monday, I will be implementing the 7 to 9 start time on my live streams in the evening. And that's barring like my daughter has something going on. If that happens, I promise I will be here telling you guys, hey, I'm not going to be there at that time. I'm probably going to be doing some streaming in the morning also. I want to try to hit everybody so everybody gets the information. So, but that's my goal. And so yeah, so my goal is to try to stay more focused and poignant to what we're talking about. Now I know it sounds like I'm squirreling right now, but I'm not. I'm talking about exactly what I want to. And I want you guys to understand what's happening. So, but anyway, with me having 2 days not streaming, I am going to give away a couple decks of cards. And we're going to do that tomorrow. And so I've got a couple cool ideas on who gets them. So we'll talk about that later. So, alright guys. And also, if you guys have any issues, just tag one of the mods. Okay? My mods are awesome. And, you know, just tag them. They'll be more willing to try to help you. Okay? Okay, so what do we got going on here, guys? What do we got going on? I mean, I'm just kidding. We've had a couple flares, and it's not just a couple. We've actually had quite a few. And so in order for me to show you that, I guess I need to go to NOAA. And you can see here, flares are measured by the X-ray that they produce. So we did get into M-class flares, quite a few of them. And then this one happened. That's a double, right? And I would say this too, guys. These are, they're not really powerful. And let me explain. Again, if this baseline was down here, and that same size of an eruption came from that same sunspot, it would not have hit M-class flaring. It would have stayed down here. When they measure these things, it's measured by the overall X-ray here. So they can't really tell exactly how much is coming from one spot or the other. Now they can kind of tell, but it's not exact. So that's why that happens. And you know, I go back to 2 weeks ago when we had 2 sunspots fired at the same time. If those had happened by themselves, they would have been about an M-class flare. But because they erupted at the same time, it made an X-class flare here. The X-ray that was being produced was in the X-class range. Okay? So I hope I, you know, like, explained that pretty well there. Hey, Full of Hope, good to see you. Alright. Okay. I'm trying not to look at the chat. It's hard, believe it or not. It's hard. It's one of my favorite parts of doing these videos, guys, is talking to you guys. So when I can't do that, I feel, I don't know. I'm still going to check in on you guys every once in a while. Well, thank you, Full of Hope. Check it out, guys. Hey, there you go. There you go. She just gifted a membership, and I'm not sure. Did that show up? Maybe we can do this. Okay. Well, I don't know why that's not working. Okay, let me go up some. Alright, did that work? Let me see. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to be like all crazy here, but I got the chat set up to where I should be able to show. Wonder why it's doing that. Awesome. There you go. Cool. Chris Donaldson. That's right, baby. Welcome to Red Kool-Aid. 3 times, baby. 3 times. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thanks, man. I really appreciate you. For sure. Okay, well, I'll mess with that chat stuff later. I'm not going to concentrate on that right now. But I am trying to highlight the messages so you guys can see which message I'm actually addressing at what time. Like I said, guys, I used to do that all the time. That's the way I had it set up. But I got rid of that extension when I quit doing the live streams with Tommy, because that's really where I use it the most. So, and that's why yeah. So anyway, let's just get kind of moving here a little bit. Now let me let's go over here and I'm trying to figure out which ones you guys would want to see next. So what we're going to do, I'll just show you what's actually happening first. So this is the 211. This is SDO. I've talked about what SDO is. It's from our perspective. It's a satellite, and it's looking at extreme ultraviolet light. This is light that we cannot see with our eyes. It's in the light spectrum, and our eyes cannot see very much of the light spectrum. It's very small if you guys were to actually look at it. But they use these specific angstroms of light because you see specific gases. So they're using the 211 here, and they can make this whatever color they wanted. But I'm going to use this to show you guys that the sun erupted, and it erupted. Remember me talking about the sympathetic sunspots, right? The one I just talked about a few minutes ago, the two that just fired off at the same time and produced X-class X-rays, right? Because both of them fired off because those are called sympathetic sunspots, all right? Because they basically erupted at the same time. But check this out. You're going to see an eruption here, 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 and here, all at the same time. And it's not. I mean, I went over this like 4 or 5 times before I was like, yeah, that's actually what's happening. So let me let's go ahead and do it this way. So we find out where we're going to see it at here. Hold on a minute. Did I not take it back far enough? Okay, there it is. Now I know it might be a little hard to see, okay? So you're going to see it here, 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 and here all at the same time. See all those move at the same time? Watch the corona right there. See it get disrupted? And it disrupted here, and it did it right here in the middle. But the one here in the middle, I don't think it had a CME. Okay, and let me explain why, because we're going to go look at a different angstrom. But if you look at this, I'm going to show it to you guys on the 304. You're going to see highly charged particles travel on this filament all the way over here. That's how far it traveled. That's a good distance, guys, for that kind of a communication happening. Okay. But yeah, so if I go up here and I'll show it to you on the 304, it's a magnetic filament, and it tries to erupt, right? But it didn't. It didn't erupt. Let me just say that first and foremost, because it didn't. It stayed on the sun, but what happened was, let me get it to where it's gonna. Did I not take it? Oh my gosh, Mark. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me I'm just going to reset that and let that reload, guys. But I can show it to you here on the 94 because we get to see it really well here also. Again, these are just different parts of the light spectrum, guys. We're looking at the same stuff, but it's just this here is looking at a specific gas that only shows up in the 94 angstrom. Okay, so it gives us different visuals, right? Now let me just take it back here. Now watch right here. You can see it. It's really cool. See that? How fast that moved? Now, if that was going to erupt, that would have came right at us. That is in the Earth strike zone. That's about this rectangle box. If anybody watches baseball, plays baseball, or knows anything at all about baseball, the strike zone is not a square. It's a rectangle, right? And it's about right here. So when anything fires off on that part of the sun, it would have to be working really hard not to hit Earth, okay? And that's what I'm saying. But this also will be able to show those sunspots erupting at the same time. Now, that eruption right there, okay, that one in particular, it produced a CME, but do you see how everything just starts moving after that? And then you get a backside eruption over here. Watch. See that? So, yeah, that is a significant eruption, and none of that's coming at us, okay? But we are, the M flares that I just showed you guys over on NOAA, they are most definitely in the danger zone, okay? And what I mean, I'm not saying, hey, we're in danger, run, run, run. No, I'm not saying that, okay? You guys know I don't play those games. You know I don't say that stuff unless it needs to be said, right? But that's what they call it. They call this area of the sun the danger zone over here. And the reason why is when you get a eruption over here, our connection to the sun is actually on this side of the sun. So when those CMEs and things cross that line, the protons can be grabbed from our magnetic connection line and travel even backwards to us. And it can give us a radiation storm. So that's kind of what I'm talking about, okay? That's why they call that the danger zone. So we did have a couple decent sized flares right there. And this particular sunspot is harboring enough energy now, and it's got the right setup, it can be blasting X flares, okay? Now we're getting a little bit lucky here on the fact that that thing is rotating off, okay? If that had the same complexity over here, we'd be having a different discussion, because then we would be saying, hey, we're not taking our eyes off of that thing because it's right in front of us, right? Now if this does actually produce an X flare, we're going to get all the X-ray from that on this side. But as far as the CME that would be produced with something like that, most of it would probably miss us just because of its location. Okay? So if we go back up here to the 304, I want to show you that eruption here. And something else too, guys, we are close to a geomagnetic storm now, which nobody has been talking about. And I've been watching it because I've seen a halo eruption that was very faint, and I even showed it to you guys in my last live stream. And we're getting hit with it now, and I'll show it to you in a minute. At least part of what we're getting hit is there. But check this out right here on this filament. See that? Now I know it doesn't look like, oh my gosh, it's all impressive or anything like that. But if you're watching what I watch every day, that's pretty impressive, to be honest with you. To be able to see that energy travel like that. And it didn't leave the sun, okay? That stuff stayed right there. That filament did not erupt, okay? But we are going to have to watch it. Any of these dark rope-like signatures, the filaments, guys, I mean, we got to watch them when they're on this side, okay? So, and the difference is, with a filament, it's not X-ray. X-ray goes out in all directions equally, okay? It's light, right? A filament is not. That's plasma. Okay? So it's more poignant. It's more condensed. It's more targeted whenever it fires off. So it has to be coming our direction, right? That's why if you get an X flare right here, you still get an X flare. But you might not get the CME that's with it, if there is one, right? And I'm going to be going over why, there's a difference between a CME and a flare. I'll be going over that, here in the future. But just wanted to say that. But yeah, it's good to see all them green faces in there. Appreciate all you guys showing up. I know this is kind of an odd time, and I may even do another live stream later on. Hey, Butterfly, I'm going to take 2 seconds here and say hi to the chat. That's what I'm going to try to do, guys. I'm going to get through some stuff, and I'm going to say hi to you guys, and I'll move on. I learned that actually from Adam over at Marfugel. It works well for them over there. I'm going to try it here. Okay? Hey, Trish. But if everybody could give me like a roll call real quick, that would be cool. I like seeing all those green faces, guys. Guys, again, thank you for all the memberships, all the gifted memberships, all of the stuff that you guys have been doing. Thank you just for watching. Share it out, please. Please share it. We are going through a time on YouTube where, and I know it's going to sound weird, there is a subscriber season, okay? And when I say that, there's times of year where it's very easy to see that subscriptions start to drop off. And I'm not talking about memberships. I'm talking about actually being subbed to the channel. Those numbers just start to drop, and then other times they skyrocket, okay? So it's just one of those things you got to look at your analytics. But right now we're kind of in a slow time. So that's why we got to, you know, try to keep things moving. And you guys are the ones that can help me with that. Just share it out. You know, I really want to, I'm trying my best to grow this. I've really grabbed it right now, and I'm holding on to it now, and I'm not letting it go this time. I actually, you know, I was in a pretty good spot. Oh, I don't know how long ago it was, and I kind of just didn't. I could have pushed harder. That's what I'll say. I should have been more focused, and I wasn't, and I'm sorry for that, guys. But I'm here now, and it's what I'm doing now. So hopefully you guys can appreciate that. And anybody just, you know, becoming members and things. Again, guys, I'm going to be giving away some cards. These are pretty cool cards. Anybody that's a member, go over and watch that last members live stream I did. I showed you guys the cards. It's the thumbnail. And I will be giving those away. And there's a bunch of them. And I plan on doing some other things too. I got a lot of good things happening here. But yeah. Doing okay, Jerry. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, you're right, Corey. You really are. Oh, you're in New England? Awesome. I love the Northeast. That's great. That's awesome. I really do. Hey, Shell Spells. Good to see you guys. Big Prepper. Good to see you. Yeah, the X40. I think Carrington was an X45, Big Prepper. Pretty sure. Oh, no, I wasn't even talking about that, Vicky. To be honest with you, I don't regret that at all. Not at all. Not even a little bit. I'm proud of what we did over there on the lifeboat. Those guys are my brothers. I can just tell you that straight up. And I don't regret any of that stuff. No. I don't regret any of that at all. I'm very proud of what we've done, what we did over there. Sphinx, Tommy's son, has now grabbed it, and he's taken off with it, and he's doing a great job. We got to support him too. So please get over there and support him. You know, I shout him out almost every video. So, you know, please do. All right, guys. So let me take you over here. This is Discover. Okay. Yeah, it's a boring graph, but it's the only way I can show you. The BZ, -6 is what we look for, right? Well, you can clearly see, guys, looking at the data points here, something happened right here, right? Everything started moving. The BZ went to -6, kind of went back up, and now it's back in the negative again. This is probably a coronal hole stream with the CME embedded in. Okay? So that's what I'll say. Now, I do want to take you to, I want to show you what's going on here though. The density did get pretty high, okay? The speed, no, it didn't. And you know, then the -6 on the BZ, which is our magnetic position of, as far as negative positive, it's the orientation of our magnetic field. So when that's in a specific position, we really just grab a hold of all this energy and it just funnels in. Okay? Makes it really easy to funnel in. It really does. So that's what I'll say to that. But as you can see here, guys, I do think that we're, you know, I would almost say we may end up with the geomagnetic storm later on tonight, but I can't exactly say that because I'm not sure how much longer this is going to last. Okay? But we are currently being hit with some sort of geomagnetic activity. Whether it's a coronal hole stream or a really weak CME. It looked to me like it could have been a weak CME. But we also have a large coronal hole. Okay? Right here. Multiple ones. So that's what we're looking at. You know? So when we see these, and again, that's a hole in the sun's atmosphere, the corona. And it exposes the surface and highly charged particles just flow out. And that gets here that way, you know. And it gets here on the magnetic connection line, really. That's how it travels, guys. Now, erupted behavior like CMEs and things like that, there's more to it than just magnetics, okay? You got the eruptedness of it, you got gravity that has to be taken in consideration. All these kinds of things help steer these CMEs. And the coronal holes, a coronal hole stream can steer a CME. It can actually move it back and forth, you know? Oh, hey members, we made an emoji, guys. It was Ilea's idea. We made it during the members only stream. If I get one of you members to go in there into the special emojis and hit that dragon. There's a little dragon in there. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, Vicky. I see you. You got about every emoji in there but that dragon. There it is. I thought it was cool. I thought it worked out well, guys. So yeah. Now let's go over here to seeds, and I'm going to show you this. Okay, this is SOHO, another satellite that looks at the sun. That's all that it is. All right. It's from our perspective, it's 1 million miles closer to the sun. So what you're looking at here, guys, is just from our view again. Okay, I'll just say it that way. Now it's the 30th, so we're getting hit with something, right? So I go back 3 days. That's where I start, and look what we see. Okay, we're seeing some eruptions, that one there in particular. Now if we go to the next day, okay, let's see what we see here. And there was some eruptive behavior there. And then yesterday, not much. Now, look, we can go back even 4 days because this is not hitting very hard, right? So the slower things are, the less likely it's going to put us into geomagnetic storms. But I want to show you what happened right at the end of the day here on the 26th. Okay? Right there. I want you guys to look right here. I'm going to back it up. You guys see that disruption? A full halo right here that almost everybody has missed. Nobody's ever talked about that. I don't think anybody's seen it. It's not that big of a deal because it's not a big CME. It's not very powerful. But I do think that that's what's hitting us. Okay? And we could be seeing, you know, coronal hole stream too. All that could be happening. Also, I'm going to address this right here. I talked about this in my last live stream. I couldn't really figure out what was causing it. I think I did. I think I finally figured it out. If you go up here and you look, if you were to like section that off, you're going to see something that looks very similar to this. So, and I've been talking to a lot of people in the background what this is, because it looked like it just come out of nowhere, right? And I've seen things like this before, but not exactly like this, because it erupted out very, very symmetrical. Like the center point was here, not over here on the sun. And it made me wonder what the heck was causing that, right? You know, I did think it was a camera anomaly. I think I even said that. But I'm not. Okay, so let me tell you I'll just show it to you. Okay, see how odd that looked? But if you were to take this and superimpose it and overlay it over here, you're going to see it's almost an exact replica of what's right inside this thing. So probably most likely, in my opinion, okay, just my opinion, you know, it's just like one of those things, right? Everybody's got one. Just saying. And this is just my opinion. I think what happened was it's basically like a mirrored ghosting image. Okay? Sometimes light will get into the camera in a certain way, and it will basically, it will see something else that the camera's seeing, and it'll put it on there like a ghost image on this difference imaging. But it did show up over here too. So the other possibility is, from our perspective, if you look over here on the red version, it does look like it could have actually been connected to the sun. Okay, and it's hard to see. I'm not even going to zoom you guys in because it's even hard to see there. But it does look like it still could be connected to the sun there, and then that's where it decided to start fanning out, which is possible. All that I just said is possible. So the answers I'm going to see, if you look right here, matter of fact, I'm just going to zoom into that so you guys can see it. I wasn't going to waste too much time on this because I don't think it's anything to be getting crazy about. See right here? That's this. Okay? You see this? It is coming from the sun. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So it just decided it wanted to hold on to that direction until right there. And that's where it started to separate from our perspective. Okay? And it looked really strange. And I really did think it was going to be a camera anomaly of some sort. But it may not have even been a camera anomaly. That's exactly what we could have seen. It could have been just coming off the sun. So, you see how that looks just strange? That's why it grabbed me. And again, we see a lot of strange stuff like that on this difference imaging. It's the high contrast view that I'd like to show you guys. But at the same time, we do get some weird anomalies on that. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, Gunslinger. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You guys need to read his comment there. Well, maybe I can put it up there. Let me see. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Let me see if this is working. Where you at, buddy? Daggone it. You were just there. What the heck? Here, let me do this. Sorry, guys, but I'm going to try to get this working anyway, because I think it's cool when we can put people's, here you go. Let's see if that worked. That worked? Yeah, it worked. There we go. Sweet. Sweet. Hey, Piperland. Thank you. Getting me back on track. Thank you, Piperland. Appreciate ya. Nah, it's there. I just put it on the screen for everybody to read. Love it. Okay, so now, what can we expect here, guys, right? I mean, I know that's what everybody's probably wondering. What can we expect? What's going on? All that. I don't think we're going to get a geomagnetic storm out of it. We could. Very well could, right? Now, again, guys, we are expecting another hit over here on the 2nd. Now, I do think that that's probably coming from a combination of that coronal hole and most likely a CME embedded in it, okay? That's just what I'll say. Hey, Hilly. Thank you, genius. Appreciate you. Hey, she's the reason we got a sloth emoji, by the way, guys. Anybody who got the memberships from Genius, please tell her thanks. And guys, by the way, what I'm going to do, I think I can actually gift a membership once a month to somebody. And when I go to do that, I'm going to tell you guys like 5 minutes in advance. And whoever puts the most comments in there is most likely going to get the membership. That's how that works. In case you guys didn't know. The most active in the chat gets the memberships first. That's how YouTube's got it set up. So, yeah. I'm not sure if it put that on there or not. Probably not, but we'll see. Okay. Trying to see if I can't put that up there. I wish I could. There it went. There you go. Cool. Cool. See, I want to start doing that for you guys. That way you guys can see it and you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry I took a minute to go over that, but I wanted to get that back going because I think it adds to what we do, you know? I really do. I think it does help too. Like if somebody's asking a question, we can just do it that way and everybody knows exactly what we're talking about. So, yeah. So thank you, Genius. Thank you for the 5 memberships. Alright. Now, hey, good to see you, William. Good to see you, bud. Sorry, guys. He was Yeah, I hadn't talked to him in a minute, and he's yeah, thank you, William. Appreciate you. Okay, so what can we expect? You know, listen, we might get a geomagnetic storm, but most people aren't even going to know it's happening. Okay? That's just what I'll say, because it is the truth. 100% the truth. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and guys, if you ever want me to change anything, just ask. Okay? I'm serious about that. I really am. I will do my best to give you guys what you guys want to see. Okay, now, also, I was going to address the Devil Comet, the Dragon Comet, whatever you want to call it, Pons Brooks 12P. Those of us that are in the Northern Hemisphere can no longer see that comet, just so you guys know. It is now crossed over from perihelion, and it's in a position where the Northern Hemisphere cannot see that comet. But, our... love it, menacing, love it, love it. That's awesome. That's the best one all day right there. I love that one. That was awesome. I got it. Oh my gosh. Wow. There you go. We'll put that one up there for a minute. That was awesome. Anyway, we got that comet, guys, and you know, our friends down south, all of our Australian viewers, you guys should be able to start seeing that comet if you take your telescopes or binoculars or what have you out there. But yeah. So yeah. So guys, really, I'm serious about that. You know, with this eclipse that happened, I can't tell you how frustrating it was to hear kids and even teachers. We had a teacher say, "Tell our kids here where I live that the eclipse was not a big deal. I don't know why people are wasting their time on it." Are you kidding me? It blows my mind. It really does. People should, oh my gosh, I get on a rant, so I'm going to kind of skip over that, guys. But yeah, it really had me going there, guys. I was upset. What the heck am I doing here? Sorry, guys. Okay, but yeah. So when we say stuff like that, go out and look. Go out and look. You'll be surprised how enjoyable that stuff is. Some of the best connections I've ever done with my kids was that kind of stuff. You know, I'm going to share this with you guys because people need to hear this stuff. We had a meteor shower about 1.5 years ago, and it was like the first day that my daughter was off on summer break. And so we got in the car, and I took her out in the country, or at least far enough from the city to where we didn't have a whole bunch of light pollution. And we stayed in the car, and all you had to do is look up through the sunroof or stick your head out the window, and you can see the stuff. You can see the shooting stars, the meteor shower. And that was cool. She had never seen that. She thought it was awesome. But something else. See, this is what I'm saying. Just get outside and go do something. This is what's going to happen. We went to leave, and I heard a bunch of bullfrogs. My daughter had never, ever heard a bullfrog. And I just thought to myself, have I failed as a parent? I mean, did I get her outside enough? What? I mean, come on. And I will never forget that. That is stuck in my head for the rest of my life, and I will not let that happen again. And it was a good night. You know, we really did. It's one of those things where you get a little bonding experience and stuff like that. So don't miss out on that kind of stuff. Take that stuff with it. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm about done anyway, guys, with the update. There's not a whole lot more solar weather here, guys. That's why I went ahead and was talking about that stuff. Yeah. So there's really not a whole lot to be talking about right now, guys. We do have these flares. They cause radio blackouts and all that. But what I want you guys to know is this. I'm going to get more focused as far as probably within the first 10 to 15 minutes of my videos. the space weather I will have given you the update. Okay, I'm going to concentrate that hard on it. If it means me just turning my phone around and just nothing, right? That's what I'm going to do, because I do appreciate and I do understand people getting upset or not, or bugging them when I, do squirrel a lot. I don't think I squirreled a whole bunch tonight that was completely off topic. And when I say squirrel, guys, I'm talking about something that doesn't have anything at all to do with what we're doing, right? If I'm talking about space weather and I kind of got off a little bit, that's okay, because we're still talking about it, right? But if I'm out here talking about my daughter with a bullfrog, yeah, it's probably time for me to get probably time for me to get back on focus here, right? So that's what I'll say to that. But yeah, members, turn your bells on, guys, because I may do a members live stream tomorrow. I got some stuff I want to ask you guys, and but I'm going to get more poignant. And if I find myself not able to do that in a good way anymore, what I'll do is I will record the space weather update and I'll play it as soon as I go live. I know people that do that with almost every one of their live streams, and their audience doesn't even know it. So, but I won't do that to you guys. I'll tell you what I'm doing. But anyway, that's what I'll say, guys. I don't want to keep you guys here much longer than that. There's not a whole lot happening right now. But I do look that we do have a possibility of X flares, all these other things, right? But yeah, so just kind of stay connected, guys. And if we can't, is what it is. And if anything happens, you guys know I'll be right back here letting you guys know. That's right, Curb Creeper. For sure. For sure. Yeah, there you go, William. Like it. I know, Vicky, and here's the thing, though. I catch myself watching other people's videos, and I catch myself thinking the same thing. So I know if I'm doing it, it's got to be bothering some people. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do that. Miss V's in the house. Hey, prayers for Miss V. Hey, I added a prayer emoji too, guys. Members only. I put a little, it's not all that great, but it's just an emoji with prayer hands. But yeah, prayers, good thoughts, and stuff for Miss V, guys. Hey, Butterfly. But anyway, guys, I will catch you guys again. Again, I might be back later on tonight. I'm not sure yet. Just depends on what's going on. But members, just look out for another post or what have you. And next week, starting on Monday, I will be live streaming every night between 7 and 9 start time. Not a 2-hour live stream. Just I'm going to start between 7 to 9. And what that's going to help us do is get around people that don't get notifications. Okay? And also, guys, I have a Twitter account. X, whatever you want to call it. I may start, if you guys want me to, I can start posting there so you guys can see it. Hey, he's going live here. Okay? I'm not going to go live on Twitter, but I'm going to go live here. But I'll post it over on Twitter if you guys want me to. It's not a big deal. There you go. There you go. Appreciate you, Trish. You too, Shells. Alright, guys. I am going to pop off here. So, alright, guys. God bless. Yahusha saves. And, yeah. You can drink this Kool-Aid.